Little WD-40 goes a long way. Paint job. This is off of a camper, RV, whatever. One thing we did not like was the zippers. They ain't gonna last, although I'm not sure if they're fond of it or not. But one thing, there's like 74 inches of room from the height. This one here measures 32 inches wide and like 74 tall. If you can find one, this actually worked out pretty damn good. I haven't seen anybody else do this, but the one thing we really like is you can prop this open. I got one more spot to fill, but you have a screen door. We re-screened it. We had to make these pieces here to fit inside here because those were missing, and I got plastic to put down in here, and we also put all new seals in it. So you're not going to keep out all the bugs, but at least you keep the flies and the mosquitoes out for most parts. And the easy thing about these is there's no, like on a conventional door, you got to put screws in to hold it. This here, all you do is get the door frame straight and level, because all your screw holes are on the outside. That's just the way they mount. So there you go. And the door has a really nice water seal, everything else, so it's kind of insulated, kind of. It's what it come off a camper. Here did not, a lot of them have a metal frame to go down long in here, but since I didn't have that, we already have the benches, and so I just kind of built off of that, and it's pretty damn sturdy. Let me show you out here. I took the whole top off, and when the 2x4 comes down, I put a screw right down there. And this metal is actually, you see a lot of people taping it, but the metal's flimsy enough to where if you put the screw down just a little bit, it'll actually recess down into a little, sort of smash it. Not much, just a little bit, and it doesn't stick up. And you can see where I still need to put foam in here to seal that up a little bit. And I just braced it to the bench that I built itself, which didn't turn out too damn bad. It's still under construction, but we're getting it. One thing about this one, it's a 10x20. And a lot of them you see, they'll have 5 hoops in here. And then you see them coming in with PVC and everything else trying to hoop it up, whatever. But this one here has 7. And the other day we had what, maybe a total of almost 3 inches of rain. It's been raining a lot, and it never sagged one time. Nothing built
Hail
up.
several times.
So you don't need, as long as you get the right one, just look at the deal on whenever you buy one. Just make sure you have more hoops, because a lot of them you see like with 5. So there you go. And the only downside was it didn't have enough Velcro. So she bought some strips and just taped it to each one and helped Velcro it down. It only had it in the corners, and that's it. We don't have it hooked up yet. There's the sprinkler heads. I haven't seen too many like this here. But you can see each side has a gasket, and fit it in there, and hopefully this is my first time doing one of these, so I don't know how good it's really gonna work. You can see the nipple where the water goes through, and if this thing focuses right, you can see the hole in the pipe. And the water, that's where this piece here fits inside. And then the water. So when I tighten these up, we're gonna start here. I'm gonna go over to one of the other corners.
Go to the other corner. Remember, it's plastic, and it wouldn't take much to break it.
And we're not gonna crank them real tight, just for the fact we could break them, and it might already be sealed. So it's one of those deals, once you get the water going through it, if it leaks a little bit, then you come back and snug them. That's your best bet. If it leaks a little, just come in, take your socket, tighten it up a little bit until it quits. Show this here. You can see where it actually is tied down on all 4 corners. And you'll see by the video that what I did, what these big anchors, and it works out pretty damn good. I'm not doing this. We got these here anchors. The side part screws off. And you can see that they're 18 inches long, so they're going to dig down in there pretty good. We're using the big impact, except the socket head. And it's a little bit more work to take it apart, but It ain't too bad. Just gotta mark where you want it. So that's not going to pull out. So you can put something like this in there. Slide that back in there like this. Like this. And we'll continue putting that all back together. You see some people just putting 2x6s or 2x8s flat and then drilling a hole and putting rebar in it. Well, if you don't have a head on it, it's going to pull up through that, and I didn't want any wood on the ground. That's why you see this like this. And that's another thing. I took a 2x4 and just traced it out, notched it out for here. I have it all the way against the metal, up against it. And then I put 2 screws here and 2 screws up in here, because that down here, right here, is all like weak points. And so it stiffened the hell out of it. It is really good. And then if you take a measure up from each one, say whatever distance you want, and put your line, and if you put a board like this across it, you'll get it even. If you put that board with all your markings, whether it's sagging or up too high, it'll let you know, and you can get it even that way. Oh, I gotta get this floor done. Is I wanted it to be semi-permanent, to where the only thing I have to worry about is changing this out, which we gotta put that sealer on it too to make it UV protectant. But what?
It's sitting right there if you want to show it.
This shit here? Mm-hmm. That's what we're supposed to use. And we're
That's
gonna
what I've got that mop thing for that's hanging.
All right. We gotta coat the outside of this to make it last longer, because you know how it ain't gonna last or whatever. But at least this way here, if hail or whatever, the only thing I gotta worry about is just to cover the rest of the inside will still be solid. My biggest thing is the 7 hoops, because we had so much rain, and you see people putting rope, trying to hold them up, all this other stuff with extra hoops. You didn't need it. It just look at the one, if you're going to buy one of these, to make sure it actually has more hoops than what a lot of the other ones do. Because I'm not endorsing these or nothing like that, because hell, I don't know. But as far as you want a rain shed, that's a better way. I mean, it's going to cost you a little bit more money, but go with the extra hoops. Even if you don't get the water sprinkler, at least do that part for yourself, because then you don't have to worry about rigging it up and worrying about water falling in. How it holds in snow, we'll find out. She found this online, or another YouTube video. I don't even know the guy's name to even give him credit to, but he had the screen like this here, put the bucket underneath it, and she takes and scoops it out, fills her stuff up, and you're back in business. It just falls down in there, and you just repeat. It's actually kind of cool. It's a kind of a cool way to do it, because she's messy enough as it is.
It did make it a lot less messy.
But that's it for this one. I just wanted to show you the few things that you might be able to do just to make it just a little bit better, even though they're, I wouldn't say cheap, but they work. All right, have a good day. I'll see you on the next video. I'll try to get it up, lower up later.